little soiree.
That on top of
It's just outside the door here. Do sign in and create a name tag for yourself. We've also got some goodies out there. We've got an answer key for the game that we're going to be playing today, and also a nice little gift pack for each of you. So do be sure to pick those up.
So, how you doing? So anyway, the guy.
Hello. Well, hello.
This is bullshit. This is gonna stop. Thank you. I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
But it's going well. They're starting. They got three more of my positions. One in Alaska.
Oh.
Told everybody in the staff meeting. When I first started making headway, everybody else easy. You can see.
That's why
it's easy because I got.
You're good.
I'm good.
I wouldn't have been.
I'm good. Hi. Jeez, I didn't see you up there. Hi.
Hold on.
Front row.
Let's go okay now. Let's go good. Loosen up with major computer trouble. Well, they bought me a
He's on the right there.
Click into Zoom and shuts off. Click into Zoom and shuts off. Send it back. You're doing something wrong. I'm stupid. I'm not that stupid. I play like that. I'm stupid. I am, but bottom line is I'm not a tech. Send it back. Tech people have it for a month. Just send it back. Yesterday I went down and I got it back. You got it back.
I finally saw our way to do that. So I can't be encouraging you. Get other people to help you out.
Stuck it all in this morning. 5 minutes.
We'll see.
And I can't work hard.
Well, good.
So you got employees everywhere. So it's proprietary. My computer won't access it.
Courtney, we need an article on us. We need an article on B and G.
I'm not the person to talk to about that. Our magazine team, I think Meg is going to be here actually this evening. She'd be the one to try to pitch that to.
Because we're making progress.
I bet.
Yeah.
You know,
I would expect nothing less with you in there doing stuff.
it hit me a lot harder.
I got it in December. Like it's
How we felt too is, you know, we were glad we got it now.
All right, everybody, it is a little bit after 3 o'clock, so we are going to get started with our 3D Destination Development Kickoff meeting. I'm Courtney Bloomer. I'm the Destination Development Manager here at Travel Nevada, and I want to thank you all for coming today to learn a little bit more about our program that we are so excited to roll out. Before we get started today with the presentation, there are a few introductions that I would like to make of really key people who are part of our project team. And first, I would love to introduce, and she's going to say a few words to you, our director, Brenda Scalari.
Hello, everybody. I just wanted to say hi. I know some of you, but not all. Welcome, and I hope you have some good questions for us. As you may or may not know, this program has been in the works for a long time. We're really so thrilled to finally be here and be able to offer it up to you. I mean, it is for you, and so we're looking for feedback and input, and I'm sure this program will evolve over time. But we're just happy to be here. So welcome.
All right, Brenda, thank you so much. And also, our Chief Industry Development Officer, Anton Eckert.
Thanks, Courtney. Welcome, everyone. We're really excited to get started, as you've heard. I just have the housekeeping duties, so if you need the restroom, we will be having a break in an hour, but it is around this corner, out those doors around the corner. You'll see the restrooms right after the water fountains. And if you missed the session this morning, it was recorded. We kind of started that a little late, but it is recorded and posted on the site, so you'll see that there too. And I'm sure Courtney will go over what that site is. Thanks.
Absolutely, thanks, Anton. And finally, I want to introduce Carl Ribideau. He is in the back room. Carl, can you give a wave? Carl is one of our extremely talented consulting team that is going to be working with the project awardees through that first 7-month period as they are doing their asset inventories and developing their destination strategic plan. Thanks so much for being here today, Carl.
My pleasure.
All right. Can we switch the recording to the PowerPoint? All right. So we are all here today for our 3D Destination Development Kickoff Workshop. This is the first one of these. We're starting out on a road trip that is going to go all around the state for the entire next week. We're starting here in Carson City today. We will head out to Winnemucca and Elko on Monday, Ely and Caliente on Tuesday, Henderson and Pahrump on Wednesday, Tonopah on Thursday, and Fallon next Friday. So we have a whirlwind week ahead of us to share about this program, but we are so excited to kick it off right here in our headquarters here in Carson City. So, we've already done our introductions. We're so excited about this program, and now I just want to take a few minutes and figure out who's in the room. So if you all would just introduce yourself, your name, and what organization you're affiliated with. We can just pass the mic around for that. We'll start with Dave.
Dave Peterson, Visit Carson City. Hello.
Hi, I'm Lydia Beck with Visit Carson City.
Thanks. I'm Kippy. I'm the art director for Nevada Magazine. And visitor guide. Sorry, that's new. Sorry.
Oh. I'm Larry. I'm working with the ANTA. I'm a photographer hanging out in Nevada and working with the ANTA now, American Indian Native Alaska Tourism Association.
Hi everyone, my name is Zoe. I'm with the Nevada Outdoor Business Coalition, which is the business voice for the outdoor industry in Nevada.
I'm Donna Anderson. I'm president of the Historic Virginian Truckee Trail.
And I'm Deborah Soul, Arts and Culture Program Manager with the Visitor Center.
Stu Wexler, Event and Sales Manager, Visit Carson City.
Hi, Dwayne Petit from the Carson Valley Trails Association.
Hey, I'm Corey, Associate Editor with Nevada Magazine and Visitor Guide.
Makes you look bad, Corey.
Honey Menifee with Story County.
New email.
Laura Mather, Story County.
Jan Vandermeer, Chief Bottle Washer for Visit Carson Valley.
Deborah Lang. I'm actually with in my real life Holiday Inn Express, but I serve on Jan's board.
Brian Fitzgerald, Carson Valley Arts Council.
All right, Carlo, we're going to put you on the spot.
Carlo, everybody knows me. Carlo Lurie, on the board of the Carson Valley Visitors Authority and also board of the Carson Valley Trails Association.
Jackie Chandler, Sustainable Tahoe.
All right, we have such a good mix of folks from all over the area. Quick show of hands, who was able to get on this morning? Who got to watch the little video this morning? That was a great opportunity to meet our consultants and get a little bit of an overview, and we are going to dive in quite a bit deeper than we did this morning in the presentation. I want you guys to take a minute. You all have a little notepad in your packets and a pen, so you've got something to write on. And I want you to envision for a moment, if your dreams came true, 20 years from now, when someone writes an article about your destination, maybe it appears in the Nevada Magazine and Visitor's Guide, I don't know. What does that headline say? What do you want that to look like? Take a minute and think about that and write it down. By the way, while you guys are thinking, there are copies of the latest Nevada Magazine and Visitor's Guide out on the table in the lobby. So if you're not familiar with that publication, we encourage you to take a copy and look through it. There's some amazing content about Nevada in there. All right, take just another minute and finish writing up what that headline says. Anybody willing to share? Who will share what your kind of vision for your destination looks like? It's like a maze around the chairs here.
So again, I'm with Story County, where Virginia City is located, and what is real, accurate history is not always what is presented. So mine would be real history that is fun.
All right, thanks, Laura. Let's go over here.
The Lake Tahoe watershed made political will a renewable resource and is now a global model for destination stewardship.
All right, that's an important part of destination development right there, destination sustainability. Thank you. Anyone else have something they'd like to share? You guys don't have to share. This is just a thinking exercise to get you in that long-term mindset, because destination development is not a one-and-done type of meeting project thing. This is a long-term commitment to economic development, to vibrant, healthy communities, to increased quality of life. And we want to know where you think you're going, where you want to be going. Now, I'm going to scroll these slides back a couple because I forgot to mention a very important thing that is the fun side project that is going on during this meeting. In the hallway when you came in, you should have picked up this answer key, Who Knows Nevada photo trivia game. If you didn't pick it up, raise your hand. I've got some extras up here. Pass them around. Pass them around. All right. All right, so I'm going to explain this as I'm passing out. So the Who Knows Nevada photo trivia game. Each one of these slides has a picture on it of a destination somewhere in Nevada. Now, I do want you listening to me while I'm talking, obviously, but to make it a little bit fun, I have provided you with these answer keys, and on each slide, with a photo, write down where you think that photo was taken in Nevada. What is it a photo of, and where is it? At the end of the meeting, we'll go over the answers, and the person who knows Nevada the best, who can identify the most of these photo locations, is going to win one of these Full Travel Nevada prizes up here. We may have just killed my microphone. That's all right. So, I'm going to steal this one. All right. So, right off the bat, I'm going to tell you numbers 1, 10, 12, 13, 14, and 37 are freebies. All right? See if we can revive this. Maybe. Nope. All right. Can you all still hear me okay? Yeah. All right, fantastic. I'm not going to worry about it then. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. Travel Nevada's goal, our overarching mission, is to improve the quality of life for both residents and visitors through compelling experiences, quality infrastructure, and outstanding service. That's not just our goal. We want it to be all of your goals as well, because providing that improved quality of life and that fantastic experience both for residents and visitors is central to who we are as Nevadans. That's what this destination development program is all about. All right, so what's destination development?
It's a collaborative, stakeholder-guided strategic planning strategy, all right? Collaborative is the word that is the glue of this project. Destination development projects are successful when a lot of collaborators and a lot of partners are brought into the room and those ideas are shared and arrived at by consensus, so they have a ton of support. It promotes authenticity, evolution, and sustainability. Sustainability, Tahoe, in these destinations. So we're trying to create destinations that are authentically that destination. We don't want to create another Vegas here in Nevada. We've got one of those already. We want to create the best Carson City, the best Lake Tahoe, the best Genoa, the best Carson Valley, the best Hawthorne that we can create through our destination development process. We're going to identify opportunities and assets that exist or can be made in your communities. We're also going to identify gaps that maybe are missing from your overall landscape or asset mix in your destination area that, if they existed, would help you to bring in desirable visitors and the types of people that you want to come and spend time with you. This aligns the needs of the community and its visitors. This isn't just about creating a great experience so that people can come and visit. This is about creating a great place where people want to live, that has a fantastic quality of life, that also draws in visitors and provides them with a fantastic opportunity to experience something that they can't get anywhere else. So, I am going to divide the room up. This table over here and this front table. I want you to write down 5 words that describe your destination. There's more people in the back of the room, so second table, you do that part too. All right, folks in the back of the room, this back table, Carlo back there, Kyle, everybody who is in those back sections, you're going to write down 5 words that describe your perfect getaway. What do you want to go to when you are on vacation? Gonna give you just a couple minutes for that.
Is that us? Yeah. I'm taking it that way.
You'll get to work together later in the day. That's kind of. Is Lydia trying to copy off? Is that the problem? Okay. All right, folks here in the front. What's one of your words? Over here. Sacred. What is it? Sacred. Sacred. I have terrible handwriting, you guys. All right, another word that describes your destinations. Lydia. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, Stu.
Memorable.
Memorable. All right. Dark skies. That's a big thing right now that we're working with here. All right. Other words to describe your destinations. These are places you guys are professionals at promoting. What do you have to say about them? Historic. Historic. Anything else? Wildlife habitat. Wildlife. No phones. Vistas. All right. Okay, now, folks in the back. What do you guys look for in a trip? What are you trying to find when you go on a trip somewhere? Solitude.
Fulfilling.
Discovery.
Walkable. Anything else? You guys have a pretty short list of demands for your trips. I want to be your trip planner.
Multi-generational appeal.
Okay. That's a lot of words to write.
She cheated.
I'm going to put multi-appeal. All right. Jen?
I cheated too. Leave wanting more.
Leave wanting more. All right. So, what we can find out, even from this very short list, is that a lot of the things that these destinations have line up pretty well with the things that people say they want in a destination, right? We've got, leave wanting more. These beautiful, memorable places leave us wanting more of them. Solitude, no phones. That's what people want. Right here in Nevada, we have destinations that already are the right answer to what people say that they want in a destination. How can we, through this program, further develop those destinations, promote them more, get more of those visitors to take notice and say, yes, I want to travel to Nevada. The 3D Destination Development Project. This is how we at Travel Nevada are trying to help you guys and collaborate and partner with our destinations across the state. We're going to pick up to 6 awardees who present concepts that show promise to bring tourism to Nevada, to increase spending in Nevada, to build local economies. We are going to provide access to expert consulting services. That's Carl, Mitch, and Kathy, who are going to work with these selected destinations in a close way to really provide that 3D holistic view of each one of your communities. After those information gathering stages have taken place, our consultants are going to work with our 6 awardees to develop a 10-year destination development plan. And those awardees are then going to have the opportunity to apply for a share of $2 million in federal EDA funding to kickstart their destination development projects. All right. We'll talk for a minute about our consultants, and Carl is back there. So if he has anything to add, their role in this project is to foster partnerships within these communities, to guide development of the projects, and align them with Travel Nevada's brand pillars. We're going to talk about the brand pillars more later, so stay tuned. They're going to assist in applying research-based strategies. That especially is Carl's specialty back there, the research piece. And then, as I mentioned, they're going to deliver these 10-year plans in partnership with these communities. We've also established a 3D working group. This is the group of individuals who have been instrumental in helping us to develop the rubric and guidelines for this project, and they will also have a role in scoring the applications. We have representatives from Nevada Division of Outdoor Recreation, the Arts Council, the Governor's Office of Economic Development, Nevada Outdoor Wave, the Bureau of Land Management, and University of Nevada. So really great slate of folks. We've got project advisors from the State Historic Preservation Office, Nevada Museums, the Indian Commission, USDA. We've really tried to bring in a great subset of expertise to help us on this project in selecting the projects and also in providing technical expertise moving forward. What are we as Travel Nevada looking for? Why are we doing this project? What's in it for us? I don't want to make it sound like we're not doing this all for you guys, because this is completely about developing rural destinations. But Travel Nevada wants to make sure that we're working collaboratively to fill these statewide goals. We want project proposals that can stimulate new economic impact, both locally in the community that is taking part in the project and statewide. We want projects that are submitted by organizations that have the capacity to manage those projects. We want to foster collaboration with multiple partners. We want destinations that have a range of existing quality tourism infrastructure, but also destinations that have potential to develop that infrastructure. We want projects that align with Travel Nevada's brand pillars, and we really want to support tourism in these early stage tourism destinations and help them to grow their economies around tourism and gain attention and visitors. Because equity and diversity and inclusion are so important to us here at Travel Nevada, we will be offering bonus points on this application to organizations and applications that demonstrate superior commitment to diversity and inclusion in their applications. All right, I promised that I would talk about these brand pillars a little bit, because some of you may be sitting out there and saying, oh, it has to align with Nevada's brand pillars, but I don't even know what Nevada's brand pillars are. So Travel Nevada's brand pillars are as follows. They are uninhibited space, inspiring discoveries, unexpected diversity, and rewarding adventures. Now, I'm not going to read you the little text on there. You can access this PowerPoint presentation later. The take-home message here is that if you visit travelnevada.com/trip ideas, you are going to see tons of examples of some fantastic only in Nevada experiences, probably even some in your own communities, that are perfect examples of the things that align with our brand pillars and the types of experiences that we're looking for to bring visitors into your communities and into our state. Who are those visitors? Cultural travelers, outdoor recreationalists, unexpected experience enthusiasts. Those are the types of people who are looking for the types of things that we have to offer, and we want to let them know that we have exactly what they're looking for. All right. The 3D projects. 3D project is the project. What you guys are coming up with is a concept. All right? This is a really important idea. I didn't say plan. I said concept. All right? Why didn't I say plan? A plan implies that this is already a fully formed thing that is going to happen. I have a plan. People tend to get really married to their plans. I know I do. I'm super type A, you guys. So we aren't really looking for a hard and fast plan. What we're looking for is a concept, a vision, the mix of assets that you have that you can bring to the table and develop to create a compelling visitor experience. The plan is going to be born out of that 7 months of consulting and collaboration within your communities. At the end of that time, you are going to have a plan that you can operationalize and put to work in your communities. But in the meantime, what we're looking for is a concept. All right, so really just be thinking about the potential, the vision that is based around and rooted in the things that your community has to offer. All right, we're going to take a quick minute here, get out your pens and paper again, and write down 3 assets in your destination that might shape your destination concept.
was that picture from? That's a good question.
Quick check-in. How are we doing on our photo IDs? Anybody feel like they are knowing where some of these places are? Yeah. So the number in the corner is the number that we're on.
Oh my God, I didn't write a single one.
Yeah, that's why I put the slide numbers in there, guys. Sorry, I did not make that clear enough. All right, well. Yeah, we're on 16 right now.
But we got 4 of the first 15 because you said they were freebies. So we're already.
Yeah, 1, 10, 12, and 13.
Yeah.
1, 10, 11. No, 1, 10, 12, 13, and 14 are freebies. 1, 10, 12, 13, and 14. Yeah. Every slide has a picture on it. Well, except the ones that I said were freebies. Start the whole presentation over. That's okay. We'll just start. All right, you guys. So, I'm interested to hear because some of the destinations that you guys are representing today are places that I'm very familiar with and that I've been to a lot of times, but some of them less so. So I am super excited to hear what some of your community assets or destination assets are that you are sort of starting to think about as things that you might include in your concept. What do we got?
Okay, well, one of the concepts uses the assets of the lake, the water science and education. The concept is a floating observatory, 5,000-foot bar, so we move around the lake with a see-through floor and would help visitors understand this isn't like grammar, lake science.
Okay. I feel like
That's an
I
idea.
feel like people would
It's a
probably write
concept.
it. We've already got engineering. Cool. All right. What else we got? Yeah.
So for Virginia City, we're a really close-knit community with obviously rich history and a lot of historic buildings, but also we're very, the location is close to everything. So there are a lot of different assets that we can play on.
Absolutely. Donna. I'm picking on you.
You already know what
I do already know. Yeah.
We've got state parks connected by historic train route, rivers and lakes, desert and wildlife.
All right. Some cool stuff you can hike or bike or equestrians too. Right.
Equestrian too. No.
It's on a rail, but it's a multi-use repurposing old decommissioned rail lines. Yeah. All right. Who else has a cool destination plan or concept?
Before we knew what we were going to be shooting for, right? So I've got 3 floating around, and somehow we'll figure out how to fit them all together. But the 3, there's some element that you can't ignore the history in our community. We're looking at it right there. It's the oldest settlement in Nevada.
So you got this one then?
Yes. So I just gave you a freebie if you want one. The other aspect of it is, and there is some aspect of arts, I believe, is bigger than any one of our communities, and I don't think the communities have done a good job of allowing that to happen. They're very inwardly focused and have a hard time reaching the world that would like to buy what they have to sell. And so then the third one clearly has something to do with the wide open and the outdoor and trail aspect of our community that can be further connected and valued way bigger than any one of our communities.
Absolutely. And I see Dave nodding up here, your neighbor to the north.
Yeah.
And you've got some of your trail folks here in the room as well. So I think we've got a great segue into our...
So it'll be a historic Arts Trail.
Historic Arts Trail. All right, so we've got some really cool concepts already happening right here. Let's just cover this nuts and bolts slide real quick, and then we'll move on to sort of what Jan is talking about back there with these partnerships and collaborations. So, who can apply for this 3D opportunity? Basically, every organization that is eligible to apply for our World Marketing Grants can also apply for this. Those are territory organizations in the state of Nevada. Our territory organizations, of course, are Cowboy Country, Pony Express, Nevada Silver Trails, Las Vegas Territory, Reno Tahoe Territory, and the statewide Indian Territory. So any of those territories can apply for a territory-wide project. Additionally, Nevada government entities, that can be local governments, representing communities of less than 100,000 people. We really want this to be focused on our smaller communities in Nevada. Nonprofit organizations that are based in communities of less than 100,000 people. And finally, any of our Nevada tribal entities are eligible to apply for this grant. Now, what if you are not one of those? All right? This is where the partnership and collaboration piece comes in. So, even if you are not one of these eligible entities, becoming an organizational partner with one of these entities for the purpose of this grant would allow you to participate and partner and share your strength with some of these organizations that are eligible for this opportunity. All right, speaking of partners, there are many folks in this room right now from a diversity of organizations here in our greater Carson City area. I would like you guys to just take a minute and look around. Who's in here that you have worked with before? Who's in here that you have not worked with before, but who has said something today that you find really interesting, that you think, that might tie in with my concept. Maybe we should join forces. Who's in here that you want to learn more about and see if they're a potential partner for what you want to do? Here's what I want to do now. We're going to take a 5-minute break. This is your opportunity to get up, stretch your legs, walk around, use the restroom, and meet a person. All right? Your assignment during this 5-minute break is to take care of whatever your needs are, and then find somebody in this room that you have not collaborated with previously, introduce yourself to them, and give them a little bit of information about your organization and what you're hoping to accomplish. All righty? We'll see you back here in 5 minutes.
Donna, are you the Donna that's in charge of like all the trails? No, not all the trails. Are you Donna Inverson? Yeah, I'm Donna Inverson. Okay, I'm Deborah. I came to a couple of your meetings on behalf of Jan and the Carson Valley Visitors Authority, but also Lisa Granahan with Economic Vitality, because I serve with Carlo on her board as well. And then everything kind of fell apart, and we didn't really make any progress because of COVID and whatnot. So how is it working now? Okay, you're talking about the historic Virginia Trucking Trail. That would be a good one. We're going forward with gangbusters. Okay. We've got our nonprofit. I knew that. I had read an email or something. Yes. We've got a full board now with all 5 counties represented. Okay. Sorry to see you gals from Story County going because Story County's been a real hard getting on board. But I have somebody now who is Alexia State-Over. She's an archaeologist that works for Comstock. And she's got so many roles. And she's got a restaurant in Mississippi. Really. Okay. Do you think they left? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. Hopefully just for the restaurant. So we do have a representative. She's really working really hard. Good. Now, what about
about down in Mendon? Because I'm down in Mendon.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
know
Carlo's
I know.
supported, but of course he can only do so much because of that.
Right.
And we'll see what happens after all the land is sold.
Yes.
We are now starting to reach out to all the landowners. Solar that just bought some of the property from Bentley. We're going to be meeting with them. We are going to be working with them. Douglas County is starting the process, of course, of redoing their bike and pet plan.
Right.
We've been invited to the table.
Yep.
So we just applied for the pre-application for Conserve Nevada grant for $185,000 to work with tourism, the ghost town, and state parks to overlie that to show how we can connect state parks and ghost towns with rail trails. But this one just talk about this, I'm so excited because are you familiar with the Carson and Colorado Railroad?
Well, yes.
Okay, that's connected to the B&T.
Right.
In Mountain.
Right.
If somebody was to take on the Carson and Colorado, that literally could go the next B&T in Mountain and could literally go all the way to California. And that could connect 5 Nevada state parks with a rail trail, which would be big. Economically, that would help Lyon County. That would attract companies to do week-long bike package trips.
All right, folks, if we could all make our way back to our seats, we will
Very
get
excited.
to
And I
the
see
second
you
half
still
of this
have the
presentation.
enthusiasm you
Lots
had
of
at the
looking forward to the
meetings I
meeting.
went to. So I'm very much interested in following what's happening.
Great.
I'm on the email.
I just sent out the message for
And I might not have the business card with me. I'll look and see. If I have one, I'll give it to you. Okay, well, she's totally agreed. I don't think I have one single business card if I can admit to that. That started number 7.
Or how are you doing on the photo game?
Yeah. She's fully involved. I don't have a business card.
Those are wine bottles in front of us. Carson said she's actually going to
All right.
hire a consultant.
All right, in the break, did we get any new ideas from chatting with other people? Yeah? All right. Anybody have something to share about something that they met or a new project that they are excited about now that we've had a little chance to kind of interact a little bit? Yeah?
So I found it interesting when Jan was speaking earlier. We haven't had a chance to have our collaborative discussion, but my notes and my assets were very in line with what he was talking about with local artistic talent, authentic characteristics, which lies into the history, and then the natural beauty that we have in the Carson Valley. And then during the break, I was talking to Carl, and just being refreshed how we're starting to see the creative economy work its way to the top of discussion.
Great.
I think is up and coming.
Very cool. It sounds like you guys might be on something there. All right. Anybody else like to share something that came out of that break?
I'm tired.
Recently, I hired on with the National Navy Tourism Association and our project is along the whole California Trail. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to build partnerships along the trail to bring economic opportunity to tribes.
All right, we know who's here. We've had a chance to kind of chat with each other and share some ideas. Who is not? I want you to take a minute and write down 3 people or organizations who are not represented here today that you need to tell about the 3D program and bring them into this partnership. Take a minute, think about who's missing, write it down, make yourself a note to send those people an email, give them a call, poke them a little bit, and tell them about this project and the opportunity that awaits them in the 3D Travel Nevada World Sphere here. I won't ask you to say these out loud because I don't want to call out the missing people, but you know who they are and you know what you got to do. All right. Look at that picture. Think about where that is too. All right. Here's another photo. We have kind of talked broadly about the project, about partnerships, about sort of what the overarching goals are for 3D. Now it's time to dig into the meat and potatoes of what you are here to learn about today, and that is the 3D project application. We are going to be using a new to us online platform called Submittable to accept these applications. The link to set up your account in Submittable and create your application is going to go live on our travelnevada.biz/3D webpage on September 16th. I just noticed there's a typo on this slide. I'm so sorry. All right. How this is going to work. You're going to get on Submittable. You're going to create an account. You're going to create your application. You're going to invite collaborators. Submittable has this amazing feature that you can let other people access your application, your partners, and they can go in there and provide you with feedback. They can fill in their sections of the application and upload their partner letters and all of those kinds of things through the Submittable platform. You can save your work. If you start working on this application and you get partway through it and you're like, oh, I need to go look that up. I got to go ask somebody about this. I got to think about what I want to say here. You can save your work. You can come back into the application as many times as you want to before the deadline to keep editing your content. And then, when you're ready, click that submit button and it will come straight here to us where we will share it with our working group of reviewers. That due date is October 25th. There will be a video, one second, Dave. There will be a video of how to use Submittable uploaded to that travelnevada.biz site. So if you want to view that video, it's not up there yet. It'll get up there sometime like next week. If you want to view that video so that you can kind of see what that environment looks like and see how to navigate through the Submittable platform, there is going to be a video that will show you how to do that.
Will we be using the same login for the marketing grant program?
Yes. So that question, for those of you who couldn't hear that, is your login for the 3D going to be the same as your login for the Rural Marketing Grants? The answer is yes. Once you have an account set up in Submittable, that is your organizational account, and you can use it to apply for any Travel Nevada grants, or actually any grants on Submittable, actually. So that platform is also used by the Nevada Arts Commission, and so if you've got a Submittable account there, you will be able to access it to fill out these grants as well. All right, so the first, let's go through these application sections kind of one by one, and if you have any questions on any individual sections of the application, we can kind of address those in detail. So first up is going to be the lead applicant information. This is sort of general information about the lead applicant organization. Let's clarify that for a minute. The lead applicant organization is the eligible entity that we discussed earlier, those eligible applicants, that is filling out and submitting this application on behalf of themselves and all of their organizational partners. Okay? This section, the lead applicant information, is all going to pertain to that one lead applicant organization. We're going to get to all your partner organizations in just a minute. Okay? We're going to ask you just some general questions here. This is going to be contact information, what's your website, you know, who do we need to email, who's the lead person on this application that we need to contact if we have questions, things of that nature. We are also going to ask about the lead applicant's organizational capacity. There are some questions on there that are going to ask you about roughly what your annual budget for your organization is. We're going to ask you questions about the staffing of your organization. How many full-time people, how many part-time people, how many volunteers, things of that nature. We are sort of trying to get an idea of what your capacity might be to manage this project, and we will be asking some questions that you can provide a little bit of detail on, long form answers to kind of explain how you plan to enact this project, whether that's with existing staff or hiring new people or whatever that looks like for your organization. If you are a small organization and you are feeling nervous right now, don't. All right? This is not a, like, if you have not as much capacity or a smaller budget, we're not going to choose you. That's not the case. Before you begin your application, I am saying this now because it's important now. All right? Do not get to like a couple days before this application is due and log on to Submittable and be like, oh no, I don't have a Nevada Secretary of State corporate ID. Takes a little bit of time to get these things. So these two things in particular, if you don't have a Nevada Secretary of State corporate ID number or a federal tax ID number if you're a nonprofit organization, you need to start this process now. Don't wait. The applications are only open for 5 weeks, you guys. So if you have other administrative stuff like this that you need to get done ahead of time, please be thinking about that now. I don't want it to come to the due date and you can't apply because you don't have this information that takes a little while to get, okay? All right. Organizational partnerships. We have already talked today a lot about how important partnerships are and collaboration is to this opportunity. So what are we asking of these organizational partners? What is an organizational partner? Organizational partners are other organizations in your defined geographic area that is your destination, and that might be one community, that might be a string of communities working together in a geographic area. These are other organizations in the lead applicant's concept area who are providing material support, who are actively involved, who are part of the concept. All right? Those are organizational partners. These are people who are just really jumping in and actively participating in your concept. They're going to be part of these sessions with our consultants. They're going to have roles and responsibilities in completing your 3D experience. All right? Those are organizational partners. Each one of those organizational partners is going to need to submit a letter of commitment. All right? The letter of commitment is a letter from that partner, an official letter from that partner, stating what they are willing to do for your project. All right? This is identifying them as a partner. This is basically them committed and saying, yes, I am going to be part of this. I cannot wait to take on this exciting opportunity. I will be there. Those are letters of commitment. And each one of your organizational partners is required to upload one into your application. All right. We want to hear a little bit about the duration of your partnership. How long have you been working with this partner? Is it a new partnership that is coming about because of this program? We want to hear about this. Is this something that you have been working together for 20 years to try to make this happen and you're like, this might be our big chance? We want to hear about that. We just want to hear about the nature of your partnerships. We also want you to highlight, and there is a question, there's a space on the application to indicate this, if your partner is working in an early stage destination. What's an early stage destination, you ask? I would love to tell you. An early stage destination is one that has not begun or has only just begun to develop its assets or messaging to visitors to encourage them to visit the destination. These destinations may need additional development of overnight lodging, restaurants, attractions, or retail to become desirable places for travelers. If this was a house, they would say it has good bones. All right? This, for example, you're a community and you have some really fun mountain bike trails. Okay? But your trail signage, not that great, maybe. I'm gonna get lost if I go there and try to ride my bike. Maybe you've got a trail and maybe you have some signage, but maybe you don't have any trailhead parking, right? So I don't have anywhere to go. Maybe you have those things, but you don't have a gear shop where I can go and buy more tire slime after I blow out my tire going down some of your like rad trails, okay? As your destination develops from an early stage destination into a mature destination, those are the types of things that you're going to build upon and make happen. Does everybody understand what, for the purposes of this application, is an early stage destination? It is not a drawback to be an early stage destination. All right? There is built into the scoring for this project points that favor, in fact, early stage destinations. There are points that favor more mature destinations. But do not feel that because you are an early stage destination, that maybe you don't have as much stuff. Maybe you don't have a hotel in your town. Maybe you haven't moved very far down this destination development road yet. This project is still for you. This is still for you. So do still apply. Find those partners, find those people in your community that are going to be instrumental in moving this forward. Submit your application. All right. We talked about letters of commitment. Those come from organizational partners. Applicants for this program must also submit 3 letters of support. Letters of support are letters from people who are not directly involved in your project. These are other people in your town who are into what you're doing. They support it, but they are not actively going to be doing it. This might be your city council. This might be the director of another organization in your community, the head of your chamber of commerce, just a handful of citizens, neighborhood advisory group that wants to see this development come into the community. All kinds of different people can write this letter of support. It is only that they may not be actual organizational partners in the project. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, we're really getting to the meat of the application now. This is the concept summary. This is the section in which you get to really go to town at telling us what your vision is. Now, this is only 500 words. That is 1 page. 1 page, folks. So you got to be really concise here. I understand that we're trying to get a lot of information in a very short amount of space. We want to hear about the unique attributes that are in your destination. What makes your destination special? What makes it an only in Nevada experience? What's going to draw travelers there? Tell us about your concept. Elaborate on that. What could be developed to attract visitors in the future? Tell us a little bit about your destination's experience and expertise with managing this type of project. Have you guys done some big projects before? Tell us about it. Tell us a little bit about your ability and what experience you have doing similar stuff. Tell us about how you foresee this benefiting your community. What outcomes might this have? That could be quality of life outcomes or economic outcomes. We want to hear about why you think this is going to be a good thing. And finally, we want you to touch on how this aligns with Travel Nevada's brand pillars. You can attach up to 2 additional pages of supporting documentation if you need to. All right? The application will only accept 500 words. There is an upload field for 2 additional pages of supporting materials. The next section of the application is goals and objectives. We want to hear what your goals are for your community. These are kind of broad goals. Remember, you're going to be doing this consulting period where you're going to refine these goals a little bit and create very specific goals for your strategic plan. But in the meantime, this gives us a really good idea of where your head's at. What are you thinking are your goals? What are you wanting to accomplish for your communities? You know your communities best. You are there. So tell a little bit about what you're hoping to have happen if you're selected for 3D. But do this in a sort of specific way, okay? So do not, please, 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 do not write something vague like, have a cool destination that people like, all right? Please try to create a SMART goal. What's a SMART goal? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound goals. You do that by saying who, what, how much, and by when. All right? So instead of have a cool destination that people like, increase the number of who? Overnight visitors. What? That visit destination X. How much? By 20%. And by when? The end of year 5. SMART goal really explains to me what it is that you're hoping to accomplish. Yeah, you want to make a cool destination that visitors like, but really quantify that so that you will be able to know if you hit that target or not. All right, that's the goals and objectives section. If you need help writing SMART goals, that would be an excellent thing to sign up for office hours for. All right. The priority audience and geographic area of your concept. All right? What types of visitors are you hoping to attract with your concept? We already talked about those visitor types that Travel Nevada is trying to attract. Those cultural travelers, the outdoor recreationalists, the people who are looking for unexpected experiences. What kind of people are you trying to attract? Who do you want to come to your community? Do you have a really cool, rich, historic, cultural underpinning for your destination? Do you have just really killer rock climbing and mountain biking that you want to get those outdoor people out there and into your wilds surrounding your community? Is it a combination of those people? Do you want families? Do you want retirees? Do you want, who are you gearing your destination towards, who you're trying to attract? All right. Also, the geographic scope. Is this one community? Is it multiple communities? Are they new to destination development, early stage destinations, more mature destinations? The application is going to guide you through all the things I'm talking about right now. You don't have to memorize this, but these are things to be thinking about in the time between now and when that application goes live and you actually submit it, because you will need to really be considering what kind of proposal you want to be putting together. What kind of area? How many communities are going to partner for this? You know, how big is this thing going to be? And that's up to you guys, by the way. That's up to you. It can be a large area. It can be a whole territory. It can be even bigger than a territory. Or it can be one town that has just something really fantastic that they want to apply for. All right. Finally, this section is going to ask you about economic impact. Carl in the back was kind enough to put together a worksheet for you guys. It will be available as part of the application materials that you can fill out, and it will help you estimate your economic impact of your project. You'll be able to put in some of your own assumptions about how much you think visitation will increase as a result of your project, and we'll compare that to current numbers and see what kind of impact we're going to come up with both in your local community and statewide. And like I said, that worksheet is going to be very helpful for you for that portion of the application. We're getting close to the to the complete application here. The next section is going to ask you about existing tourism attractions and amenities. This is stuff that you already have. We are going to ask you about what is there. This is not about your dream at this point, although we care very much about that. This is about what is on the ground today. What restaurants do you have? What overnight accommodations do you have? What retail do you have? What attractions do you have? And those can be any kind of attractions. They can be cultural or historic or concert venues or outdoor recreation, or leisure, or dark skies, or any number of things. We want them to fit into those only in Nevada paradigm type things for what is getting promoted here in the state. And if you have any of those things, think about if they are part of your concept. The final portion of the application, as I mentioned earlier, diversity, equity, and inclusion are going to become very important in this part of the application, all right? We're going to be asking you about how your concept addresses diversity in the cultures and experiences that you are offering to travelers. We're going to ask you about how you intend to create a destination that is welcoming to all different types of travelers, that people feel welcome and comfortable in your destinations. We're going to ask you how your plan intends to support disadvantaged or underrepresented businesses and organizations in your community. So you'll have lots of different ways to communicate to us what that looks like for you. I've already kind of gone over these project timelines, and those of you who were on the call this morning will already have heard this from me. But after the Kickoff Roadshow that is happening tonight and all through next week, we will open the application next Friday on September 16th afternoon. That application will be open until the 25th of October. During that time, I will have office hours every Thursday afternoon that you can sign up for with a link on our website to come if you have questions or you need feedback or you just want to clarify something or get help. On the 25th at midnight, those applications are going to close. And we will go through a process of evaluating those applications with our working group, and those will be presented at the Nevada Commission on Tourism meeting on the 8th of December for approval of the applications we have selected to be our first cohort and second cohort of 3D participants. The first cohort is going to run from January to August of next year. The second cohort is going to run from September to April of 2024. Dave asked this great question earlier, are we going to have another round of applications for the second cohort? Our intent is not to. But if we do not have enough applications in the first round, or if we feel that some of those applications may need a little bit more development, we may do a second call to fill out that second cohort that begins in September of next year. There is no guarantee that we're going to do that second call for the second cohort, so do get your applications in now. There will be future rounds of 3D beyond this 2-year cycle. But at this point, although that is our intention, they're not guaranteed either. We're still waiting for that funding to be approved through the legislature. So even though it is our intent to continue this program, and that is what we want to do, at this point, if you want to be a 3D participant, get that application in by October 25th. All right. Does anybody have any questions about 3D? Yes.
One more thing about the 2 cohort groups. Say you narrow down your pick 6. Do you work with those 6 to determine where they want to slot in, first cohort versus the second cohort, or is that...
I will leave that question for Carl. He might be able to offer a little more insight on how that selection process is going to work. So Carl, choosing who goes in cohort 1 versus cohort 2.
I think what we want to try and get the ones in cohort 1 that probably have the best chance, so that those in cohort 2 can learn. Okay, because we really want to think of it as a mentorship kind of approach, where we love the concept, but let's learn from the first round.
So in the application, you're not asking, is there a preference? Okay. Thanks.
That is probably something that the working group and the consultants will work together to assign cohorts to the awardees. Any other questions about 3D? Yeah. Up to 6. Up to 6. We didn't talk that much about the money. And I know that a lot of you are very excited about that portion of the project. The 6 that are selected will have an opportunity after their consulting period to apply for a portion of that $2 million. This initial, what we're doing right now, this application that we're submitting, does not determine funding for you. It puts you in the process so that once you have developed your plan and you have an idea of what your strategic plan looks like, you can prioritize what parts of that plan you want to try to do with the 3D EDA funding that Travel Nevada is going to provide. I know we've heard a little bit of a few questions about that, so I just wanted to clarify that as well. All right, questions, questions, questions. All right, seeing none, I do have a few other really cool destination development projects that I want to tell you about that may be of interest to your organizations. We certainly hope so. The first one is the Destination Nevada Academy, DNA. We love that double meeting because Destination Nevada Academy, but travel is in our DNA. Here at Travel Nevada, it's who we are, it's what we do, and we are excited to share all those skills with all of our DMOs and partners around the state. So this is a skill building opportunity for rural DMOs, officials, community advocates, and business owners. It will be structured as a year-long academy that you can enroll in with monthly workshops. Each month will have its own focus about what we're going to be working on for that month. There will be bonus content in support of whatever that topic is on through different channels. There will be a private social group forum that enrollees can access and communicate with each other. There will be some other opportunities for enrollees to interact with some of our subject matter experts that are going to be professors at the Destination Nevada Academy. And no one likes the word homework, but let me reframe this for you. There are going to be assignments for Destination Nevada Academy enrollees that will provide you through the completion of these assignments with the basis of the documents you need to create your own destination development projects and to improve your applications for both 3D and for our rural marketing grants program. All right, lots of good skills to be learned here. On top of all that, in case that didn't sound amazing enough, you're going to get to learn all this stuff for free. We're going to help you get your application ready for the next round. You will receive, as a graduate of the Destination Nevada Academy, preferential scoring in future rounds of 3D and the rural marketing grants. What are we going to learn about? Here's a few things. Strategic planning, sustainability, industry platforms, fundraising strategies, social media and influencers, grant writing, many more things. We've already come up with like 25 topics, so we've got the first 2 years worth of DNA on lockdown, and we're excited to bring that to you guys. All right, we also have the Nevada Ambassadors Program, the official name of which is going to be Battleborn Insiders. So we recently launched a platform called Nevada Trailblazers, which is for industry folks, salespeople, to learn about Nevada so that they can promote our state better. The new program that we are getting ready to launch is going to be called Battleborn Insiders, and this program is geared towards frontline hospitality staff and people who work in the local communities to educate them more about all the great things Nevada has to offer and turn them into Battleborn Insiders who can serve as that voice for what's available to tourists and travelers as they're coming through your communities. So we are also excited to debut that program. Finally, I know Rural Roundup is everybody's favorite event. It's a great opportunity to go and hang out with all your friends from around the state that you maybe don't get to see that much, and also learn a lot of cool stuff. Rural Roundup is going to be next year, April 11th through the 13th in Mesquite. Put it on your calendars, folks. This is always a good time. And it's been gone for a couple years because of COVID, and we are ready to bring it back and really have a fun time in Mesquite next April. Finally, I want to touch again on these office hours, the link to sign up, travelnevada.biz/3D. That's the link for all the relevant stuff for 3D, all right? travelnevada.biz/3D. That's where you're going to be able to find, like, for example, the recordings of today's meeting, or the meeting that was this morning, or the video about how to use Submittable, or the guidelines, the application, the worksheets, all of the things right there on that site. Be patient, not everything is up there yet, but it will be. And that is where you should go to look for it. All right, does anybody have any questions, thoughts, feedback? Yes?
Do you have any idea approximate time required to complete the application?
That is entirely dependent on your concept and what all you have to put in there, right? So the application itself is all those sections that I went through during the meeting today. It's going to take different people different amounts of time. You know, if you take a long time to write that 500-word narrative, you know, it's going to take a long time. If it doesn't take you that long to write it, maybe not. I would encourage you to really, as soon as that goes up on the website, as soon as the link to Submittable and the application goes up, get in there and look at the application. Look at it and plan your time. There are questions in the application I will mention that expand. There's some skip logic in this application, all right? So for example, when you get to the question that says, do you have organizational partners? It looks like there's one question there that says, do you have organizational partners, yes or no? When you click yes, it is going to bring up new questions that say, what's your organizational partner's name? Here's where you upload your organizational partner's letter of commitment. And so when you first get in there and look at it, there are a couple places in the application that it's going to look short. But if you have that, the goals and objectives section is the same way. Would you like to add goals and objectives for this grant? Yes? Okay, what's your goal? Write it in there. So there are places that if you, I only know this because I tried to print the PDF of the application and send it to folks to review a few days ago, and they were like, there's some stuff you didn't really cover on here. And I'm like, no, I definitely wrote questions about that. And it's because when you just go in there and look at it, it doesn't expand those questions. So I would encourage you to get in the application pretty much as soon as it's available to you and sort of plan out what that looks like for you. If you're going to need to schedule meetings with your organizational partners or people that are going to be involved, start doing that now. You know, start thinking about who those people are. Start getting on the phone with them or sending emails and really getting everybody lined up for this. It's a really tight turnaround, and we understand that. Due to other project constraints, this is just the time that we have to do it, and we understand that this puts you guys under the gun a little bit. That's why we're doing this road trip. That's why we're having the office hours. We want to make ourselves as available as we can to you guys, our partners, who are really what makes this program work, right? Otherwise, we're just sitting here with $2 million in our pocket and nothing to do with it. So get those applications in, and please let us help you with them as much as we can. All right. Who knows Nevada? Does anybody feel like they knew a lot of these pictures? Oh, Meg, stop it. All right, one was a freebie. Everybody got one. All right, number 2. Anybody guess where number 2 was? Do you want to go back and look at these while
Yeah, you need to switch the pictures.
Okay, let me. Oops. Let's view it again from the beginning. In case you didn't see enough of this. All right. Anybody know where that is? Where is it?
No, it's out on 50.
It's in Dayton. Anybody get Dayton? All right. Where's this? Where's Ward Charcolovins? Ely. Where's this? It's in Eureka. Be marking if you got these right, you guys. I'm not going to come around and check these all. I don't have time to do that. All right. National Park in Baker. All right, this was a freebie. Any ideas? Stillwater, Fallon, outside of Fallon. Freebie, freebie, freebie. Where are we? San Winnemucca. All right, I know Jan knows this one.
Genoa.
It's in Genoa.
You got it, Jan.
And I said it right.
All right, where are we? Lehman Caves, Baker.
Nice, Carl.
This one's in Elko. Bloom Trail, Incline Village. Anybody know where our award-winning winery is? Pahrump. Where is this interesting-looking pile of rocks? Berlin Ichthyosaur Park, outside Austin.
You get out.
This one's in Fallon. This is Sam Mountain. This is Stuart Powwow in Carson City. This one's obscure. Royal Peacock near Denali. It is in Denali. Royal Peacock Opal Mine. If you're looking for something cool to do, dig opals, you guys. Wow. All right, in Denali. We are coming right up on this, you guys. This is my favorite time of year in Carson. The leaves turn and kind of like, love it, without a day, you guys. Okay. Anybody know this one? It is Ethelem. This is Ethelem Chocolates in Henderson, lit up for Christmas. Very cool. Anyone know where the outdoor inn is? Jarbidge. This is the Fly Geyser in Gerlach. Where are we on the railroad? Ely. Ely. They are doing a cool event in Ely this weekend. If you don't have anything to do, take a bike out to Ely and race this train. I would go, but I'm busy getting ready for this thing next week. All right. Where are we?
Lake Las Vegas.
It's in Laughlin. It's the Laughlin River Walk.
Lost City Museum.
This is the Lost City Museum. Where is it? Overton. Overton.
Oh. Jeez. Car Forest. Where's that?
International Car Forest. Anybody know where this weird and Goldfields. All right. Oops, I skipped one. This is the Pyramid Museum. It's in Pyramid.
JT Bass.
That's at the JT. Rhyolite.
Dang.
Outside of Beatty. Where is this cool trail? This is in Caliente. Skipping, that was a freebie. Does anyone happen to know where Rural Roundup was this year? Was anybody there? It's in Tonopah. That's in Tonopah. It's in Hawthorne. They have the Army Depot out there, and you can see some cool military on a visit to Hawthorne. All right. That is Lake Mead. Boulder City. All right, we ran out of blanks on the paper because I added a couple slides today. But anybody know where this is? It's in the Ruby Mountains. It's Ruby Mountain Heliskiing in Lamoille. And finally, last but not least, who is that girl riding that horse? That is me, and that is in Dayton. That is in Dayton. That is Potato. Potato is my horse, everyone, just in case you're wondering. All right. Contact information is on that slide, but it is also, my card is stapled to the back of the Destination Development postcard that you can pick up when you came in. If you need to get a hold of me, my email address and my work cell phone number are both on there. Feel free to email me anytime. Please don't call me in the middle of the night. All right. I want to just bring your attention for a minute to this quote. Actually, it's still happening, I think. The Van Gogh exhibit is happening in Reno, and some of the folks in this room actually were fortunate enough to get to go. We had an amazing kickoff event. This is a quote from Van Gogh, and when I read this at that event in Reno a few weeks ago, it really felt really relevant to the 3D project for me. Carl, I'll send you this picture. You don't have to take a picture of it. And that is two things that remain eternally true and complement each other, in my view, are don't snuff out your inspiration and power of imagination. Don't become a slave to the model. And the other, take a model and study it, for otherwise your inspiration won't take on material form. I feel like this quote so encapsulates what we're trying to do with the Destination Development 3D project. We want to see your creativity. We want to enliven your imagination and the imagination of visitors to your community with all the amazing things that you have to offer, but we also want to still take a look at those models and what's working. How can we impact this? What are best practices? And apply those to all the dreams that you guys have for the destinations all around Nevada. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for your time. There are refreshments in the hallway. Thank you.